Hey guys, Andres here from Linx Digital. Today's video, we're gonna cover a lot of your YouTube ad questions that come up in the group. We have a Facebook group called YouTube Ad Buyers. You can actually join by clicking the link below. And remember, we also have a training program, YouTube Ads Training Program 2021. Now it's gonna be updated for 2022 as well with the newest features, newest methods of having success doing YouTube ads. So today though, we're gonna cover some of your most common questions. So stick around and let's get into it. All right, so we have Magdalena Lures. She is new to our group and she's actually new to media buying in general on YouTube. So she writes this: "Hi, I'm super new to media buying and I just started a bunch of YouTube ad campaigns about a month ago. Some are running fine, but some are not running at all. I got 2 ads that run to promote a webinar and the CTR is 0.4% and 0.6%. Landing page conversion is 6% and 2%. We do get a bunch of impressions, so am I right to conclude that the issue is A, in the ad itself, since the CTR is really not good, and in the landing page, the campaign is running on manual CPV. I thought about switching maximize conversions, but if the issue is with the creative, there might not be much use changing the bidding strategy. View rate is in both cases 27%. So should I just pause the ads and get a new creative or change the bidding strategy and maybe the landing pages? Thank you for your advice." All right, Magdalena, thank you so much for joining our YouTube buyers group, as well asking this question. Very important, especially for those starting out with YouTube. The metrics, thank you for sharing that as well. Click-through rate of 0.6 and 0.4 are definitely relatively low. Now, more importantly, you want to look at the CPCs as well, right? But I can also tell you that the opt-in rate right now for your webinar funnel is very, very low. It's very substandard, from the benchmark that you're looking for, which is about 25% or above. That's where you want to be at from a landing page perspective. So before I even start messing with let's say the creative, or start trying to figure out the ad part, really understand your landing page. Also the targeting, maybe the targeting is off. So you wanna ensure that you're targeting people that are interested in what you're offering. Magdalena, it seems as though the issue can be the landing page. You may need to optimize it some more. You may need to maybe offer up some more information. Or it could be your targeting is not relevant, right, to the offer that you have. You may be targeting people that are not really interested in that offer, even though you have some clicks. I've seen some conversions happen in other niches with a 0.6, 0.7% click-through rate. But really the landing page, I think, is the issue here. So you'll want to look into that and how to optimize accordingly. In terms of the bidding strategy, we typically don't go with manual CPV. If you went with manual CPV, it's very likely that you chose the lead's goal objective. When you're creating the campaign, try going for the goal of creating a campaign without a goal guidance, as well as a sub goal of driving conversions. You can try that as well. But again, my biggest advice would probably be review your landing page and see what you can improve on there. Also, you would, I guess, would have to look at your targeting to see if maybe there is something off in the targeting as well. So there's a couple of things that you would want to look at. Feel free to hit us up if you have other questions or if you want to do a follow-up on this. Hopefully you'll be able to see this video. Thanks for asking, Magdalena. So next question, we have Mike King. So Mike here asks, do you have any recommendations for local business with sub $50 a day budget? I'm thinking radius targeting with one creative, or should I test 5 $10 campaigns with single audiences or keywords? Thanks. The keyword here, local business. YouTube ads can work for local. $50 a day budget, that's a bit low. That's a bit of a stretch. If you really had to go by that, then yes, I would definitely maybe split test, do maybe 2 campaigns at $20 a day, or even 3 at $15 a day, and just see if you can get some data, some quick data with that. Single audiences are ideal. You want to have one campaign, one audience, and maybe you have 2 ads. I don't know how many ads. Oh, it's one creative, you said. So you have one ad. You want to test that against the different audiences. So in this case, if you want to do $15 a day, you can do 3 audience tests at that point. Or if you want to do Even $5 a day, you can possibly get some results, but you're not gonna get data quick enough, right? It's not gonna be a lot of clicks where you can make decisions. So generally speaking, you're gonna want at least 200, 300 bucks a day to really get some data back where you can test, optimize, and make data-driven decisions. 50 bucks a day at time, it's not gonna cut it for the most part. So, but that's what you have to work with. That's the recommendation. Thanks for asking, Mike. Matt Menster, he asks, after switching my campaign to target CPA, I have 2 days in a row with only about $5 to $10 of $80 daily ad spend being spent. I did prune some expensive keywords related to CPL, but is this sort of drop off normal? Yes, it is. That's the quick answer. The longer answer is you're gonna want to review your bid. I don't think you included that in here. So depending on what your bid was, whether it's $10, $20, you have to review that, and it seems as though the bid is not high enough. I would increase the bid by 20, 30%, let it run and monitor and see if your daily spend is met. If it's not spent, then you need to continue increasing until it does. Other factors like audience sizes that sometimes they're not large enough and they may not spend properly, but this seems to be related to your bid. So increase your target CPA bid and monitor. From there, you can make further decisions. Hope that helps. And we have Ruhola Kazemi. He asked, how would you target real estate agents / realtors on YouTube? I've had good results with keywords, but wondering what other targeting you've found successful. Other targeting options, if you've only done keywords, consider doing custom intent based on Google search terms. Those same keywords that you're running, whatever's getting you good results, mash them together and create a custom intent audience based on those keywords. Also, consider what do realtors look at every day? What platforms do they visit? Zillow, Yelp, StreetEasy, all these other platforms, consider using those. Obviously, you're gonna get there's gonna be a lot of sifting through it, but hopefully your ad can do some of the filtering that can help with that. And you're creative and your hooks, but you can do custom affinity based on those URLs. You can do some search terms, create some custom intent based on search terms of only realtors would probably be looking for. So an example would be, how to generate more leads for realtors, best real estate software to use. There's a couple of things that you can align to that. So really main options here for you or other targeting options would be that custom affinity based on website URLs that realtors or real estate agents would use, as well as putting your keywords into custom intent audience. Hopefully that gives you some ammo there, Ruhola. Next question, we got Anvesh Reddy. He goes on and asks, YouTube is moving from true view action to video action campaign in 10 days. A month ago, I tried responsive ads and my best performing product turned out to be worse performing. Standard ads worked like a charm, but with Google removing standard ads and making responsive ads, I am lost. I tried testing lots of audience and responsive ads, but they fail again and again. So far, only standard ads worked great for me and responsive ads are the worst. Can you please let me know how to make ads profitable with responsive ads? Thank you. Okay, Anvesh, we just recently made a video specifically about responsive versus in-stream and actually showed some results that we've gotten for some of our clients using the responsive ad format, also known as the video action format. So I do want to clarify a couple of things. One, Google is not removing the option entirely. Early 2022, you won't be able to just create the in-stream, but your ads can still show with the in-stream format through the responsive. So it's not like they're getting rid of it entirely, but I can see how that was a bit confusing from Google's side on that aspect. Now, in terms of responsive ads, it's very likely that your copy, because you're kind of obligated to now come up with longer headlines, up to 90 characters for that matter, and also 75 characters for the description, as well as the 15 character headline for the in-stream, inventory, as well as the 10 character for the call to action button. So without looking at your account, I wouldn't be able to kind of make the best suggestions for you, but what I can tell you is you want to really test your copy, your ad copy, and come up with good copy too. So it may be that your copy is not strong enough or that you're just not giving it enough time Sometimes these responsive campaigns, they need a little bit more time for it to get going. But we have generated leads at less than $2 with responsive. We've generated sales conversions with responsive. So it is possible. You just need to ensure that you have the best ad copy, and obviously you just need to test it with other audiences and until it sticks, right? It really comes down to that. Start getting into the groove of creating more responsive, but maybe your bidding is not the best. Maybe you want to try target CPA bid, and maybe your ad is not ideal. So the questions that I would have would be, okay, if we want to compare apples and oranges, what CTR are you getting on your responsive versus what you were getting on in-stream? What was working specifically on the in-stream, right? Are you getting CPCs much lower? So all these little things fall into play, but I can almost tell you that maybe having better copy would do the trick. But again, keep in mind that the in-stream skippable, it'll still show up. Your ad will still show up in that format. That's one of the inventories that is included in the responsive or video action campaign, as they call it. Hopefully that gives you some ammo there, Anvesh. And our last question, Alyssa Marshall. She asks, total newbie question, can someone help me out? I've just put out my first YouTube ad and wondering if it takes a while for YouTube to show my ad to the right audience or for it to optimize. For instance, when I run new Facebook ads, it takes a week or two for the pixel to optimize and it performs better as the days go by. I've targeted specific channels and videos for my ads, not keywords or interests. It's only been 2 days, but it's not performing how I expected it to. I'm wondering how long I need to wait before changing directions. Thank you so much. Okay, so Alyssa, a few questions here that I know we're not face to face here, so you wouldn't be able to get an answer, but how many placements did you use? That can influence the serving of your ads. If you only use 10 to 20 placements, it's very possible that your impression number is very low. Therefore, you're not gonna get performance on these campaigns. Placement targeting is one of the least best performing targeting types, especially at scale. You wanna look into the other targeting types, the keywords, custom intent. If you're not seeing that your ads are serving, look into that. If you feel that you're adamant on making the placement targeting work, you want to place your video on specific videos on YouTube, then go for the 200 or 300 video mark. Use tools like TubeSift so that way you can automate this, facilitate all of that for you. So that would be my recommendation there. But if I were you, I would consider doing the keyword targeting options and the custom audience types as well, based on your specific offer. And it's only been 2 days. That's another thing I just kind of realized. So you want to give it some time, but if you're not really seeing any spend after 2 or 3 days, then I think it's time to move on to another targeting type. So that way you can ensure success. So remember, placement targeting, usually not the best, and sometimes people don't do it right. They're usually targeting channels. That's one thing that I read here. You're saying, I've targeted specific channels and videos. You don't want to do channels at all because it's not going to fire. You want to do specific video URLs that are monetized. And nowadays though, that doesn't really matter a whole lot because there's videos that are being shown even on unmonetized videos. But if you want to get my best advice, it will probably be create custom intent audiences, try some keyword audiences based on your offer, go with those first, and later on you can kind of mingle with the placement targeting. But I would go with those as well as maybe some of the broad Google stock audiences. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this Q&A by Linx Digital today. Remember, if you haven't joined our YouTube ad buyers group and you're interested in learning about YouTube advertising and you want to have people informing you, giving you information, people that are already in the trenches, in the YouTube ad trenches every single day, you want to get advice, this is the group to join. And also remember, Linx offers a digital training, a YouTube ads, full-on training about specific, advanced YouTube ad methods, strategies that you can use to take your offer or any offer and be able to scale it tenfold. We have plenty of students in our private student group that only those who buy our training program get into, and they've had massive success. Right? We're even giving awards now for people who reach a certain threshold of revenue through YouTube ads for their offers or for their clients. So very powerful stuff, guys. This is where you want to be, is inside the student group and the training program. All these links will be down below in the video. Thank you so much for watching today. Remember, my name is Andres from Linx Digital, my media buyer here, and we hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications to get notified once we drop some more YouTube ad videos for you. We'll see you on the next one.